Hi, my name is Kevin Taylor. I would like to say this. PDS is still a scam. This is the Friday editorial. So today I have decided to speak on PDS. I was actually supposed to speak on what actually happened in the Jubilee House around the 20th. Yes, right before the president decided to go on a nationwide tour. Now, let me just give you a little bit of that before we go to PDS today. So the president decided to call the people he trusts, the people he believes are his men who are making the news favor him in public, on radio and on TV. So he called a few people and he told them, and honestly, he called Kwame Sefakan. Yes, he called Kwame Sefakan was at a meeting. Kweku Baako was at a meeting. Asenso Boakye was at a meeting. PDS was there. The chief of staff was there. Kojo Oponkromatu was there. These people were at this meeting. It was a very tight security meeting. Honestly, he actually told these people that he thinks that about 60% of Ghanaians love what he's doing and that he believes that he's going to win 2020 hands down. When he said that, as usual, when a dictator speaks, everybody nods. But I think Kwame Sefakan got angry. He was like, Mr. President, to be very honest, every morning, 6 a.m., we get up, we go sit on radio, me, myself, and Kweku Baako, we try to defend your trash. We try to defend the mess. The corruption perception out there. Corruption is swallowing your government. And don't think that 2020 is going to be an easy fight for you between whoever is going to contest you. In this case, John Dramani Mahama. The president actually got furious. What I'm telling you is one of the I'm telling you, the Jubilee House leaks. The information that I get from the Jubilee House is basically like walking on the street of Accra. So the president got furious and he almost sacked Kwame Sefakan from the meeting, said he should get out of there because he's paying him to survive. How can he tell him that? And Kwame Sefakan is like, Mr. President, that is the truth. We are doing your bidding for you. We are lying for you. We are doing everything, but it is not favoring you. So it is better you face the reality. That is the reason why recently the president went on a nationwide tour and that we saw the embarrassment. The embarrassment of him going to Swami to see nobody there. His road minister also acting like a rascal himself, speaking anyhow, thinking that he can take contracts and rebrand and whatever. So that is what happened. But, you know, I'm going to make this light today. I'm going to talk about this issue. But I wanted the president to know that I know what happened in that meeting in the Jubilee House. If nobody knows, I know what happened, what he did. And this edition I was going to dedicate it to Kwame Sefakan, but, you know, PDS is in and we have to take care of PDS. Now, my fellow Ghanaians, PDS. So some letters have been flowing, you know, on social media. People are just flying documents. And honestly, the opposition party, the NDC, actually came out that they've intercepted a document that states a statement that shows that Miracle, you know, is negotiating with Energia AS of Angola. Yes, because Miracle has 30% in PDS and Energia also has 19% and blah, 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 so many things. You know, if we're going to take this letter, as it stands now, the government hasn't come out to deny the fact that that letter is actually coming from Miracle or they know something about it. So as it stands, we can speak on that letter. And I have so much information, I want my fellow Ghanaians to understand this. This is not the time to be playing politics with our national assets. I'm going to say this again. This is not the time. The intellectuals, the people who matter, the people who speak for this country, the people who have more knowledge than the ordinary Ghanaian on the street. This is not the time to be playing politics with our energy sector, specifically ECG. When I read that letter the NDC brought out and said that what Miracle ECG government, when I read that letter, and from the facts that I have here, I feel bad and I feel pity for my own country, Ghana. Yes. What you are seeing here, you know, it is funny. What we are seeing here has the fingerprint of Gabby Otchere Darko. The vocabulary, everything, the structure of the letter. But you know what hurts? What hurts is this government thinks that every Ghanaian is so dumb like Chairman Wontumi or Abronya DC or a rapist like Ernest Kofi Owusu-Bempah. That is what this government takes us for. Honestly, I think that contractor who said the president is a rascal went too high. He was supposed to say that this government is made up of rascals who don't respect the people who gave them power. Yes, this group of government officials, especially these people who are close to the president, Gabby Otchere Darko, Bedi too, and all those blah blah people, Ken Ofori-Atta, they are rascals who don't respect we the people. But I just want to tell my fellow Ghanaians, especially the young ones, the youth, that this is not the time to be playing politics. ECG is a national asset. Let's take this for an example. Can we, or can a government, or can a company in Ghana go to the Philippines and do this, what Miracle is doing, the statement they said they have brought out? Can a company in Ghana go to the Philippines and do that? Can an investor in Ghana go to the Philippines and write such a statement and give it to the government to send to its people to just absorb? My fellow Ghanaians, you know, there are people who live like robots. No matter how you tell them the truth, they have decided not to accept it. And such people, we need to leave them behind and surge forward. We need to leave such people behind and move forward as a people and try and find the soul of this nation. You see, Ghana has come to the level where we don't need old men, friends, family, cronies to come together and make we the people look stupid anymore. The facts are there for us to read. The facts are there for us to understand ourselves and know that if this person is telling us the truth or lies. Normally, I come on my show, I come with facts. Normally, I try my best to make sure that before I put every document out there, the source is right. There are some people there, especially the journalists, they are there. They are also trying everything possible to make criminals today in government look as the holiest people on earth. But all that I can say to my fellow Ghanaians is we have to focus. When we focus, we will know the truth from the lies. When I saw this letter, I felt so much pain because it's the highest form of insult to the people of this country. PDS, from the beginning, is fraud. PDS, from the beginning, was a scam. Today, Miracle wants to tell us that they have 30% shares and that Niger AS has 19% shares. So they have come together to write a letter to tell us that they will be making some changes. They will be deciding for us. We don't also have to forget that Niger AS is actually a fraud company. Niger AS to date, we have asked questions from MEDA all the way to the presidency that who is behind Niger AS? How much money did they bring? Who are the investors? What's their track record? Where from Niger? To date, nobody has answered that question. And today we sit here, we keep calm, we keep quiet, we become so scared, we turn into hypocrites, and we don't want to ask questions and demand reasonable answers. Miracle comes and says, I went to have a conversation with Niger AS, and that this is what I want to give you Ghanaians. In fact, who born dog? Who born dog? When you read this letter, this is the highest form of insult to we Ghanaians. Because one, Niger AS having that 19% alone is the biggest fraud that has hit this country. Until somebody comes out to show us document, track record, how Niger was able to get into this deal, to get 19% of our national asset. Everything that we are talking about, from Miracle to PDS, is fraud. It's a scam from the beginning. Nobody in their right senses in any reasonable country will accept these companies to be running PDS. My fellow Ghanaians, this is not politics as usual. This is a national issue. And if we sit there and we blame each other and we start playing politics with this, the last asset that we have, which is the electricity company of Ghana, electricity, the ECG, will be taken away by a few people, a few rascals who think that they can go behind the scenes and play with the minds of the people. And when I say these rascals, I'm talking about the president's family, Ken Ofori-Atta, I'm talking about Gabby Otchere Darko. I'm talking about Bedietu. And I'm talking about the president himself. I call them rascals because these people don't show respect to we Ghanaians. Yes. You know, sometimes people tell me, your words are so strong. No, when you show respect, we will show respect back. It's reciprocal. That is it. It's reciprocal. What I want to tell Ghanaians is, I'm going to mention some names. You guys should keep these names very well because they're going to come up. You know what they are doing now? You see this letter? It is simple. Don't let people confuse you with terms, jargons. You know what they are trying to do with this letter? They are trying to prepare our minds for the restructuring Ofori-Atta wanted to do way back that he couldn't do. Yes, this is called restructuring. What they are trying to tell us is they are going to get rid of some of the Ghanaians in the contract to bring in new ones. And those new ones, I'm going to tell you. I have documents, you know. I also want them to understand that we are prepared for them. Yes. What they are trying to do now is they're trying to restructure again indirectly. So the trick is they will let Miracle and Eneja AS come tell Ghanaians that, you know what, our local partners, yes, our local partners, we chose them because we went through the mill to get the deal and we chose our local partners to form PDS, and that we think that we want to make some changes. And what they are trying to do with that is because they want to protect the local fraudsters who were already in the deal. When I talk about the local fraudsters, I'm talking about Ayensu and his people. We are talking about Mida Boss. We are talking about Kelly Gajapo. This is what they are going to do. They are going to try and protect these people. So now they have a deal with Miracle saying that you and Eneja should come together, write a statement and tell Ghanaians that, you know what, we are the foreigners. We went through the whole process to get to this point, and that we want to make sure that our partners, we reshuffle. Indirectly, Ken Ofori-Atta and the president and the president's brother Bamti, they are the people behind this. But I have some names I want to tell you because these names are going to come up in the weeks to come. I'm prepared for this. I've been waiting for this letter for almost a month. I always get people calling me, Kevin, I need to go to talk about PDS. I was like, wait. 2 or 3 weeks ago, they were on the plane. They went to Dubai, straight to the Philippines. We were tracking them. We have meetings. We have records. We know what these people are doing. And when it comes to our national asset, we will never allow some rascals to take over. No. This belongs to every single Ghanaian. The issue is PDS as it stands. That deal has to be cancelled. From the beginning till today, everything about this deal is a scam. But the issue is the president does not want this to be cancelled because he has a special interest in it. Ken Ofori-Atta is so greedy. We are talking about Gabby Otchere Darko here. Bedietu. These people want to have that power. Even if in 2020 they lose power, they need to have that power. And that power is to make sure that they have the truth of our energy sector. My fellow Ghanaians, we are not doing technicalities today. We are doing real talk. I'm not here to confuse anybody. I'm here to set the pace for what is about to happen. And trust me, I will never inform or give any false information. Because if I give the false information, it will come back to bite me. So I make sure that I tell you the truth. You go out there, research for yourself, ask questions, and demand reasonable answers. Now, listen to this. Keep these names. Edu Hine. Edu Hine. Edu Hine is actually the owner of LMI Holdings. I'm going to give you names today. And trust me, when they start doing the restructuring and they try to bring new people in to add to Miracle and Eneja, you see all these names will pop up. Because I have on record that they are talking to these people. And we have, recordings of these things. And, we are not stupid like that. We're speaking for our people. Put these names now. Edu Hine. He is actually the owner of LMI Holdings. Yes, LMI Holdings. If you don't know LMI Holdings, he's the owner of Enclave Power. Edu Hine I'm talking about. He's the owner of Enclave Power. If you don't know Enclave Power, they distribute power to the free zone. Keep this in your head. Edu Hine. His name will pop up in the future. Also, keep this name, Kweku Bediako, the local partner of EDF. Remember, EDF is one of the companies that started the bidding with Miracle and all the 81 companies. EDF was actually one of the companies which was tipped to win this PDS deal. But at the last minute, EDF, which is a French company, their local partner is Kweku Bediakun. They pulled out. Then somebody was going to ask, Kweku Bediakun, why did EDF, after spending 150 million in going through the process at the last minute, pulled out? And I know when they pulled out, it really hurt Bumpty because there's a connection there. I'm just giving Ghanaians an idea of what is about to come. And I want Gabby Dems to understand that I already have what they have. And they cannot escape this. No. This is our national asset. So, Kweku Bediakun, yes, his friend is a very good friend to Bumpty. A very, very, very good friend to Bumpty, the president's only brother. This Kweku Bediakun is a local partner of EDF. EDF, remember, started this process with Miracle and all that, and at the last minute, after they spent over $150 million, they pulled out. The same as BXC. You remember when I did a story on myself, I told you I did some documentary on the energy crisis in Ghana. BXC, those times, even 2012, they were in Ghana. BXC, the Chinese company that also was disqualified on some mysterious reasons. These guys, in 2012, they were the only company from China that gave Ghana ECG $150 million credit, no interest. This BXC, at the end of the day, they were disqualified for no reason. They made some things up. I just want Ghanaians to understand this. Let's take our time. So focus. So the names you have to be looking out for in the weeks and months to come, that's going to pop up in PDS, is Eduhene. He is the boss of LMI Holdings. If you don't know LMI Holdings, he also owns Enclave Power that distributes power to the free zone. This name too is very important. Kweku Bediakun, the most trusted friend of Bumpty, the president's brother. Kweku Bediakun is the very good friend of Bumpty, the president's brother. And Kweku Bediakun is the local partner of EDF. That EDF company was the company that pulled out at the last minute when it was left with them, Miracle, and BXC. Remember, this company, and to date, Kweku Bediakun has not told Ghanaians, or EDF never told Ghanaians while they pulled out. Something happened that the French said they were not interested in, and they didn't want to mess up their reputation as a company, as an international company. So they pulled out. Those questions, we will be answering them very soon. Now, we don't also have to forget, these are the names. We don't also have to forget this name, Menka Premo. Menka Premo, when you go onto the website of LMI Holdings, he's one of the board members. Remember, Menka Premo is a big guy. He's into law, right? His law firm was the same law firm that produced Coco. Coco also is connected to this PDS. We still, till date, we don't know how Coco got on the board of PDS. But Coco is also from this same law firm. Also, don't forget this name, Wagus. I don't want to go further. Don't forget this name, Wagus. Wagus is another person we have to be looking at. His name is going to come up in this PDS, this comedy of a letter. We also don't have to forget that Otin Jesse's name will come up again. Yes, Otin Jesse's name will come up again in this PDS scandal. So today I just decided to take it cool. I just want Ghanaians to understand. I just want to prepare your minds for what is going to happen. The letter Miracle wrote in conjunction with Eneja AS, which is actually a fraud company, is a letter preparing Ghanaians' mind that we are going to be nullifying the contract, or we are going to be getting rid of some of our local partners to bring in new partners. And those new partners are going to be the Otinjesis and the companies that I just mentioned. My fellow Ghanaians, especially the youth, especially the middle class that can read and understand, the middle class that can make decisions from technical documents, the middle class that can assess a government's performance should take very good lessons from what is happening now. The group of government officials we have today, especially this government, is a government that we cannot trust. Our argument should be simple. Our argument should be that PDS must be cancelled. PDS should be cancelled. It is fraud. No amount of changes and letters and technical meetings can change that fraud. The reason is simple. Eneja AS getting that 19% is illegal. Eneja AS getting 19% is illegal because in the first place, that company was not supposed to be in there. So the whole structure from the top to the down, it's fraud. And I will be hurt if Ghanaians don't ask these simple questions. Where from a Niger AS to make such decisions for us? Miracle, they have tainted their reputation, yes, because they are conniving with the government, they are conniving with these rascals we have today in power to actually take money from us Ghanaians. Yes, for some time now, PDS has been taking money. They didn't bring any money. We are quiet. This is the time we have to be asking questions and talking. Where are the occupied Ghanas? Where are the whatever? Where are the people who can speak? Where were the people who were speaking 2, 3, 4 years ago? Where are the Reverend Martys? Where are the Duncan Williams? Where are the Otables? Where are the intellectuals? Everybody is quiet because today the president is one of us. And I always say this to Ghanaians, until we put aside our tribalistic ego, until we put aside running politics through every single thing, until we put aside victimizing people, we would never get to where we are getting to. This is where we are. Our national asset, a company from the Philippines, is telling us what to do with it. Our national asset, a criminal company like a Niger, we don't know the source, the owner, the people behind it, who the money they are taking is going to, is making decisions for us as Ghanaians. And we sit there and say we are the most educated, most brilliant, most smartest, and you get some people sit on radio, journalists like myself, they will defend every nonsense. Kweku Baku has become the poison of the airwaves. See what they are doing at Asempa FM. This is highly, highly unacceptable because some people have harbored hatred, tribalism. They have just crossed truth. They never want to have an encounter with truth. The only thing they know is defend crime and corrupt officials, defend rascals. My fellow Ghanaians, ordinary Ghanaians, I'm speaking to you. ECG belongs to you and I. It does not belong to Gabby Otchere Darko. It does not belong to Ken Ofori-Atta. It does not belong to Nana Addo Dankwa. No. ECG belongs to us. They can steal everything that they are stealing. We will talk about it, but they can't touch the national assets. How many national assets have we preserved to this point? The only strong one we have now is ECG, and we are going to make a small group of people, a small group of people sell this, then make the money for themselves. Are we okay as a people? From the beginning of this deal, I have said it over and over that PDS must be cancelled. That is the only option Ghanaians have to take.